Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. Now it's real time. Sponsored by the Mill Casino.
Welcome back, everyone. Now we're going to join Nick Saba from the Dirty Derby. He's actually out on the Willamette, as you can see, live, chasing some spring Chinook out there with, it looks like you got a bunch of buddies floating around with you this morning, Nick.
Yeah, about 100 of my best friends.
How's it been this morning, though?
You know, it's been, there's fish around, I'll say that. The last 4 trips I've had out, I've had no less than like 4 opportunities at fish. We put one in the bag this morning, and like 5 minutes before we hopped on with you, we had a big takedown and it didn't stick. So we're grinding, trying to get one while we're on air here for you. So hopefully we can make it happen.
Now, before we start talking a little bit about the Derby that you're right in the midst of right now, and folks, you still have an opportunity to enter in to the Dirty Derby. But up to this point, just this last week, there's been some really good days down in that head of the channel area and lower and some other areas as well. Overall, though, how would you call the fishing the last handful of days down there?
I'd say the last 2 weeks, I've seen better fishing down here in the harbor than I feel like I've seen over the past 3 years. So.
Wow.
And I've also seen more fish over 20 pounds caught in the Willamette this year than I've seen for the past couple of years as well. So it's been pretty exciting, trying to make the most of every opportunity that we got to get on the water, whether it's for a couple hours before work or you're pan the camera around here. I got the kiddos and my little brother and
good morning.
So, you know, it's just a fun time. Good to get out on the water, and like I said, there's been opportunities at fish every single time we've been out recently. So,
well, let's talk about how you had your success this morning. I'm assuming that you're running 360s like most that are out there. Are you fishing spinners and shrimp? Are you fishing stuffer baits? What are you fishing?
Well, the water heated up a ton over the last 10 days here, and you know, a week or two ago we were running shrimp, and now we're just running bare spinners, getting them all on high-class spinners right now. Mainly the 4.0s have been
really
the bigger choppers have been actually beating the 3.0s and the 3.5s as of late. So kind of mixing it up. I think just being a little different than everybody else. You know, don't be afraid to throw something down that you haven't seen in a while. You know, more than likely the boat next to you is running the same green 3.5 Colorado blades that everybody else is, and pays off to be different sometimes. So
when you go that little bit larger blade, do you speed up a little bit to try to help that flasher make a full rotation? Do you change anything that you do, or is it just the same fishing, just a little bit larger blade?
Same fishing, a little bit larger blade. And honestly, over the past couple of weeks, like, we're at a crawl right now. I've got boats passing me on both sides, and, you know, they've been wanting it slow. So they're still down there working. They're eating those 4.0s, bigger profiles, but all spinner blades as of late. I had super baits down earlier this week. I ran half the boat. Super baits, we caught 4 fish on spinners. So I'm back to all spinners again. So.
All right. Well, if the fish tell you what they want, you go with that. I mean, Nick knows what he's doing out there. He's no noob down in the head of the channel area. All right. So tell well, okay, I'll give you that. Now tell everybody about the Dirty Derby.
5 years down here, but yeah.
That's good. That's all right, man. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Tell everybody about the Dirty Derby, where you're at with it now. And today, I believe, is the last day to enter. Is that right?
Tomorrow at midnight. So,
okay.
So Father's Day at midnight is the absolute your last opportunity to sign up for the Derby this year. Yeah, we've had actually an awesome response this year. We've had a ton of signups. We've had a ton of fish entered. And like I said, there's big, huge fish being caught right now. So it would really suck if you caught a really big fish and you didn't sign up and you can't enter your fish. So, you know, hop on over to the website, www.highclasstackleco.com, and you guys can still sign up, but those will close down tomorrow at midnight. So
very good. Now, can you even tell us about you know, the fish that have been checked in right now? Do we know where that biggest fish happens to be?
I'll say this: every week so far, or I think like almost every 5 days, we'd have a new person up in the first place spot.
Okay.
So And we have had several fish entered this year over 20 pounds, which is super exciting to see.
Yeah,
So, but I'll leave it at that. I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
I get it. That's why I asked the question the way I did, because I know that you can't get too specific there. All right, so we're down to about our last 30 seconds here, Nick. For your plan today, I know it's been an early show. It's been a first light bite, but have you noticed that? Are you still having success as you go through the morning and work your way into the afternoon?
Having success all the way through the tide, even if it's sporadic. I wouldn't doubt something's going on right now because I watched my phone have 2 or 3 missed calls from buddies that are on the water out here right before we went on with you. So I bet I'm about to pull my rods up and dip out to somewhere else the second we hop off this call.
Well, you're going to be able to do it right about now. Nick Saba from the Dirty Derby. If you want to enter in, you have that opportunity through tomorrow. It is a long-running derby, and trust me, if you were the one to win, you're going to have to catch a big one this year, it sounds like. But there's some great prizes and a lot of fun and a great cause behind it as well. Nick, as always, man, thank you. Good luck, okay?
And don't forget, come on down and join us July 12th at the Mad Greek Deli from 5 to 8 o'clock to see who gets crowned this year's champ.
There you go. Nick, thank you, man. Be safe out there. All right, everyone, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, we'll have the deal of the week from Fisherman's Marine and line you up on what we got going on for tomorrow.